Alright, so this is my second set of thoughts here. We go back to the characters of the game. We're on day 10. I've just finished episode 2. I have a 2-day break coming up. What do I think of Vladimir? Vladimir played for me twice before. He played as 2 citizens who got from 30 people to the very end, 3 and 4 respectively. And both times he was a citizen who would just be wrong so many times, which was hilarious. He was right a lot too, but so many times he would just be like wrong citizen, wrong settled citizen, wrong settled citizen. And it was just great to watch. And I mean, you'd think that obviously, but people didn't think he was a spy, even though he kept exiling all these citizens. Now, of course, you think that would make the perfect spy if someone who would get rid of all these citizens still be thought of as a citizen. So I wanted to give him a try on that. And of course, Brian's just a hilarious guy. His humor is fantastic, very nice. So I want to give him a shot. So he is one of those secret spies. We also have Cuddles, the other secret spy. Those two are the ones who are probably going to get the farthest out of the spies, which I'm very eager to see. He was one of the best spies I've had about two or 3 years ago in Spies 2. So he obviously knows what he's doing. Now, one of the things I've noticed, I don't know if it's just the previous games but like Spies is like, it is Mafia, but it's like such a different beast. And even though I try and, I'm not gonna say pick, but I have players who have played a lot of Mafia and then they get to be a spy and all of a sudden they act like they've never played before. They act like they're a complete noob. So, I mean, you'd think with all that experience with them lying for months and on time that they would be really good at it, but they come to Spies and they're like out in the first episodes, which I don't know why that is. But anyway, do you have to have a game of Spies under your belt before you're really good at it? Before you can be one of those amazing spies like Tyson or I don't want to talk about old games, but anyway, that's something I've been thinking about. Sophie is fantastic. Sophie asks me a rules question every day. She's like, hey, how are you? Another day, another rules question. But that's okay. They're pretty good. Actually, you should talk to her more, see what she's up to. I had too much time, so I really want to take these times to get to know people, just talk with them. Usually the first time, I mean, I know it's a silly Mafia game, but people, like, they treat the host like, it's weird. I say hi, and they're like, what do you want? What did I do? Am I in trouble? Some of them do that. It's just like, whoa, I just want to say hi. I'm just a dude. And other ones are like, I don't know what they're like, but I like to talk with people, make, chit chat, see what's going on. Buthania is played by Brian, who someone I'm very eager to have play. He plays a lot of Survivor, and the last 2 confessional I've read, he said he doesn't like the game. I mean, he plays it, but he doesn't like it because it's so confrontational, and people are pretty upfront with, like, I think you're an idiot, that's a stupid reasoning, why do you believe that, They're just telling him all this, like, not confrontation, but they're just, like, upfront telling him what he's thinking is dumb. Which I understand, nobody likes that to happen to them. I wouldn't like it if that was me, but I want to talk to him and see if I can find a way for him to have fun, because he's a cool guy. Okay, of course, Hank is awesome. Julia's awesome. Joshua. Really quickly, I tell you about the first Joshua. Her name was Christine, and I thought she was going to be one of the best players. She emailed me even before applications opened with interest. I talked to her. She was great to talk to. She said she was like a leader and like telling people what to do and really bossy, which of course is the best thing you could possibly say to me. So I don't know, this should be great, but then she just disappeared, which sucks. Anyway, Anton, oh man, you have to read Anton's confessionals. He's just great. I haven't met the guy, but apparently he's been around for a while, and he is just, I mean, he's great to talk to. He's awesome player. His confessionals are fantastic. I mean, I keep talking about people, how good they are, how good their confessionals are. Those are the ones I read the most. I read most of the Berg, but obviously I'm not there doing all your chats. I don't know what it's like to be in your perspective. So when I talk about how good people are, sometimes it doesn't really reflect like how good they're doing in the game. And of course, I don't care if you're, well, I mean, I don't care if you're like new to Mafia, if you're dumb, or if you're saying stupid things, if you're like Yuri and you're saying, I think Tracy's a mafia because her newspaper reporter stories are a bunch of bullshit. Which was the most hilarious thing. His first suspicions were just great. I love stuff like that. I don't care if you're dumb. I just want to see something unique and fun and hilarious. So anyway, where was I? So my perspective of how people play the game is a little skewed. Carrie is doing great. Like, I love to see how people evolve. I mean, there's not a lot. You don't have a lot of opportunities to like find like to say play baseball and then learn like the very basics of baseball and as you get deeper and deeper into it. You don't have. There isn't a lot of times for your first Mafia game to really learn how. Excuse me. Learn how to play and learn how to do things. And so just watching people as they understand how things work, that's another thing I understand about Kathy. Like, she quickly picked up right away that it was pretty dumb to vote for whichever other spy she tried to save. I think it was Perry. Anyway, she finally learned that you shouldn't be doing that. So that's really interesting to see as the game goes on, is how they learn and adapt and come to know Mafia. Harold. I think Harold is another person there. Just in 10 days, I've seen such an evolution. Now, the guy behind Harold is from the Something Awful forums. I read there a lot. If you don't know them, they're well-meaning assholes, to put it nicely. They think they're the best at everything, and everybody else is like sheeple. Which, you know, maybe they have a little bit. I mean, the quality discussion's higher there. Anyway, they think that the way they play Mafia is like the elite level. They think they are the best. Everybody else are noobs and they're dumb and they don't know what they're doing. Anyway, but I mean, there's so many different ways to play Mafia. I've seen pretty much not every actually, every time I find whole new Mafia sites. But I've seen like at least 15 different sites of Mafia, and everybody plays it different. Everybody has their own way of doing things, and each one isn't like the be-all, end-all. Each one is special, like has their own unique part of it. Anyway, so he thinks this one specific form Mafia way that he plays Mafia is like the Mafia, and every other Mafia is a bunch of crap. So it's so funny to watch him be exposed not only to so many different ideas and spies, which has like the chat aspect, the game aspect, the new roles, but also just the different people. I mean, I've got people from 10 different Mafia sites, so just him interacting with people from other different Mafia sites is just as important. And anyway, it's interesting to see how his mind opens up and how things evolve in terms of how he sees the game, and maybe be a little bit less closed-minded. But anyway, right now, the funny part is watching him have the gigantic ego, and all these things people are saying about him are great. Okay, so Tracy is amazing. I love having Tracy play. I love the reporter thing. I love how she plays. I love everything about Tracy. I haven't looked too much about Zach. I don't know if he started playing. Cassidy is, of course, great. Now, first of all, I don't really like the public grounds part where Cassidy, and Roxy are yelling at each other. But besides that, like the first episode of Cassidy and her pizza bagel fountain, which I stole from her. It's actually over there. I've taken it and reappropriated it. It's all mine now. But the pizza bagel fountain and her Casa del Cassidy was just hilarious. I really loved everything you do with that. Some roles I make, well, every role depends on the person, but some roles I make more than others depend on how creative the person is, and that was just a perfect fit for her socialite thing. Which is kind of stalled lately, probably because she's told so many people about it. Because I took away things from her. But other than that, she's doing great. Chloe is also doing great. A lot of times, well, maybe not a lot of times, I only did one other third-party thing with Anne. And he didn't really take to it that well. So I'm eager to see how a third-party player who's, really dives into it. And Chloe just got a point for eliminating Adris Diaz, so she's 1 out of 6 to victory. And it's only episode 2. Well, I guess 1 out of 6 would be a while. But, so she'll get a new target for her to kill, which is good for her. And I think we might also be done with the time limit. Anybody else? Irulan. The guy behind Irulan is a 36-year-old gay. He's from Croatia, Split, Croatia, and he's a security guard, which is, I saw that first line where it says your real name, real occupation. I just read it, I was like, wow, this guy is awesome. I have to have him play. Even though he's like 7 hours ahead, so it's really tough to do with all that time zone crap. But he is just great. He was really interested and really having a blast. So much fun. Crazy guy. Love him. So he's great. I should talk to him more. So, yeah, I love a whole bunch of different people, and I'm eager to see who, shines, who gets out in the spotlight, and finally eager to see some citizens off. Cross your fingers.